Everyone have a good time this year? Cool beans. All right, this is going to be a little bit of a longer closing ceremonies than we normally do, but for good reason, so you'll see. All right, so Circle City Con 6, Super Serious Space Force. By the numbers, we had 630 plus registrations this year. That is a record for us. And I'm pretty sure we had more people because I'm pretty sure some staffers didn't do it like they were told and didn't register, and bad. Yes, bad, bad, bad. We destroyed 45 hard drives at Cascade Management. We had 30 plus bodies stabbed. No fatalities. Except in the Mortal Kombat game. No, there was no Mortal Kombat in the arcade. There should have been. We had 50 plus kits soldered. Over 700 drinks consumed. You're getting better. We need some more lushes here, but you're getting better. We had 0 complaints from the hotel. Just to point out, what did not happen in the restaurant this year? Grape Ape.
Hey, we didn't get blamed for screwing up the credit card system this year.
Yes.
I'm disappointed because I think that was a flag.
And 0 people banned. You know what? Real quick impromptu. Well, no. I also want to talk about the shenanigans that this man helped institute.
Oh, no, I'm not taking credit.
No, I know, but just a little. There'll be more.
Okay, so allegedly, I don't know if you guys, for those of you who are like repeat offenders here at Circle City Con, there's been a bit of a tradition developing over the past few years. We have a subculture of ne'er-do-wells and ruffians amongst us folks who think that it's fun to go and exercise our skills against other events in the area. So this started like, year 3, I think. There was a Young Republicans convention here in this hotel. Some of you may recall.
There's also the guy that came to my room.
We also had, people breaking into Dr. Bear's room in the middle of the night trying to, social engineer actually the hotel staff. Yes, indeed it is. But this year, you may have seen the folks walking around with the Coffee Con badges, Coffee Fest. So we actually, hold them up please, we have a couple of them here actually in the audience. So we successfully rooted the Coffee Fest. We had persistent access throughout. We got some coffee, and if I'm not mistaken, we had people sitting in on judging taste tests. We had, I heard some mention there was a goal. Did we accomplish the sitting in on the latte making competition? Okay, so we competed in their events. In addition, so I believe Breakfast Pants, I think you have some meetings, right? Oh, meetings set up next week with their vendors. We're hackers. It's what we do. Nobody was hurt. No animals were killed in the making of this video. But hopefully, keep your eyes posted, especially to Twitter, because I believe these guys are going to be doing a lot more work on what we've done. There's supposed to be a write-up. I believe we've got some podcast material that's developing from this. And there is, and you should all keep an eye out for changes to flickedbean.com. Because we're going to be hopefully profiling some of this stuff. So thanks to everybody for having fun and doing it fairly responsibly. But those of you watching, don't try this at home.
Those are the kind of shenanigans we love. We don't like when you touch the race car. We like when you do shenanigans like this. No one touched it this year. No one touched it last year, or we would have had an angry monkey. Well, yeah, I know, but all right. So as we said earlier, over 2,600 people have attended Circle City Con since we started 6 years ago. 6 years. I can tell you, year 1, I did not know this thing was going to go on for 6 years. Father's Day weekend, 600 rooms committed. It was $20,000 in the hole. When you get a call from a hotel saying, oh, hey, we need $20,000 or we aren't going to hold your event, yeah, that's a bad thing. Thank God for Indie Pride. Thank you. They saved our asses that year. We ended up, for those of you who don't know the story, We had way too many rooms committed and didn't have nearly enough people in there. We put out the word on the various forums around there that, hey, we have these hotel blocks, cheaper rooms for anyone that needed, and we went from owing the hotel 20 grand to about 4 grand. So thank you, Indie Pride, on that one. You saved our asses the first year. And then year 3, thanking Heidi from ShmooCon, who saved our asses as well. So just over the years, want to thank both of those people, or event and those person. So job fair, we did a job fair this year, set up by OJ and Alyssa. Who went to the job fair? What'd you guys think? Valuable? Cool. So goal is next year to continue doing that, as well as expanding it back out, bring back the resume workshop and a few other stuff. So that's something that we're going to do a bigger focus on, I think, going forward. So we had Kathleen, Yes It's Kathleen, hopped in and helped us do some resume reviews last minute, so really appreciate her. Is she here? All right, well. All right, cool. Well, let's give her a round of applause anyway for the posterity of the camera. She hopped in and helped review the resumes. We had 100 people visiting, and the sponsors were extremely happy about that. All right. Talks and trainings. So, if you were a speaker or a trainer, please stand up. All right, everyone, can you give these people a round of applause? If you have not gotten one of your challenge coins, see Jenny over here, please, and grab one from her. So just, if you haven't gotten it yet, great catch. She caught it. She caught it. So if you haven't gotten your, as speakers and trainers, you haven't gotten your coin, please grab it from, please grab one from Jenny. I want to thank Iron Geek for doing the video recording as usual. Where are you, Adrian? Ah, there you are, back there. Does a wonderful job on that, does a lot of different conferences, gets the talks out there. Without him, we wouldn't have video on here, so we really appreciate that. And special thanks to Amber and Wolfgang. There's Wolfgang. Is Amber still here? Oh, there she is. You guys stand up. There are keynote, our opening and closing keynotes. Thank you both very much. Really appreciate it. All right. Special thanks. Want to thank Cooper and Pirate. Are you guys in here? There's Cooper back there. All right. Let's give them a hand for the Biohacking Village. Is Mr. Blinky Bling group in? Yes? No? Yeah, there we go. Hardware Hacking Village. Appreciate that. Hold up.
Someone dropped a black pocket knife and still hasn't claimed it, so if it's yours, please come get it.
Sounds like a raffle.
Yeah, actually here, yeah, we'll give it up for surprise, sorry.
It's a door prize.
Yep, it is. We do have door prize ability. We'll get Munin. I liked Odd Job's good twin better. Munin, where's Munin? Is Munin in here still? Or did he leave? Looks like he's gone. All right. Well, Odd Job's good twin, because he's the evil one. Odd Job 2.0 and company, thanking them for the Blue Team Village. Thank Tool for running a wonderful Lockpick Village again this year. Thank you all. Hiya, Shauna. Can you guys stand up?
Yeah!
Oh, there. Okay. Thank you both for running the Space Force Tyros, which is our kids' village. They put in a lot of work on that, along with Wick, who couldn't be here today. Oh, and Jason, too. Thank you. Who couldn't be here today. Wick, who couldn't be here, and then Jason. We really appreciate the hard work you guys put into that. And then also all the wonderful badges. Don't know if you guys know Wick, but he does these badges every year. This is one of the biggest pain in the ass jobs for the conference. Shauna can vouch, as I've heard this weekend, about the number of badges just around their living room and everywhere else. So even though he's not here today, just a round of applause for Wick and the wonderful badges.
One stat about the badges, every 6 badges was 45 minutes of his life.
I didn't know that, so thank you. We need to add that next year. Want to thank Shane for the arcade games. Everyone loves the thing. Westin Hotel for the venue. We enjoy this venue. It's been good to us. So, and like I said, they seem to like us here a little bit. Yeah, a little bit. All right. So thank you to the hotel. So who enjoyed the CTF? Who enjoyed the escape room? Who enjoyed the nighttime entertainment? So those of you who know me know I'm not a house music fan or anything like that, so I don't like the oh, that crap. God, I do that terribly. That's how much I hate it. So getting these two involved and getting them here as part of the running the entertainment has just been, to me, makes my enjoyment of it a lot better. I know a lot of you feel the same way. So just want to give Aaron and G a hand for, I know your name, I'm just... I'll say your real name if you... anyway, I get Lintile and G for... Lintile G, a round of applause for playing the entertainment CTF. All right, also want to thank One Dark One from Hot Iron Creative who did this phenomenal logo this year. What do you guys think of the logo? This may be my favorite logo. It is definitely a damn good one. So thank you for her for there. All right, if you are a returning volunteer, so a blue shirt that has been here before, please stand up. All right, thank you guys all. I want to appreciate it. So let's give a round of applause to the returning volunteers. If you are a new blue shirt, please stand up. Give a round of applause to our new blue shirts. Hopefully we haven't scared you or broken you, so welcome to the family. Safety ops, our red shirts, please stand. A round of applause. There's Joey. All right, staff, purple shirts. Staff, please stand up. So these are the people that have helped plan the con, helped make the con run on time. They make the trains run on time, they help plan it. Without these people, this would not be possible. Couple things to announce. Just a couple of promotions I wanted to announce for next year. First off, Damien, if you could stand up. So we promoted Damien up to our sponsor manager. He's going to be taking on a lot deeper role in terms of sponsors and kind of managing things from end to end starting next year. So give a please give a big round of applause to Damien. G, if you could stand up. All right, so G is taking on a deeper role with the board. She's being promoted to VP of Sheep Herding / Business Manager. So let's give a round of applause to G, or a ba. Those of you who might not know, I like thinking and planning and stuff, but staying on time and track is not my necessarily strong point, so G's going to be kicking my ass on the board level for that stuff, so I'm a little terrified right now, but it will be well needed. Oh, I am. But the good kick in the ass is probably needed from time to time for me, so. And then finally, Lintile, if you could stand, please. We also want to, adding to Lintile's various titles of entertainment, Lintile is now our official Masters of Ceremony. So, I love this guy here. He does a phenomenal job, and we wanted to make, so that's making sure that people know that he is our guy and making sure that he's our entertainment guy. So, God of Entertainment, as Phil likes to call you. All right, so last I want to thank, can I get DNS Princess and Oddjob to stand up? All right, so every other year, it's been, everyone's helped, but it's been that big monkey-looking guy over there and myself that have run the con. We've been planning, we've been organizing, doing a lot of the heavy lifting. This year, as we've been transitioning off, for those who don't know, we're transitioning. We basically both made the decision to see what our replacements can do. Our original plan was to make this about a 2 or 3 year transition. And about April, we got on a phone together and said, do we need to do this over 3 years? And the answer was no, because they really kicked ass. So I want to give a round of applause to Ajam and Melissa, who really planned this year's conference and pulled it off. Con will be in good hands. All right. Sponsors. We want to thank all our sponsors. Thank you to everyone that visited the booths. I saw a lot of traffic over at the booths, way more than we've seen in previous years. So thank you all very much for that. We really appreciate that, and those sponsors are absolutely critical for us being able to put on this conference. So thank you all very, very much. I know Damien very much appreciates that. OJ and I very much appreciate that. Steve and Grape on the board appreciate that, everyone else. So thank you all very much. All right. Sponsor giveaway. So, we actually have two. We found out at the last minute. You want to announce it?
No, I was going to hold it.
Oh, okay. You want to van it for me? All right. The winner of the Rapid 7 drone is Dr. Bearsack.
Fuck off.
All right. Shit. The drone's in my room. All right, Scott Miller, are you in? Scott wins. All right. We also have Tech Systems, which we didn't know we were going to announce as well. So they're not on here, but let's thank, first off, let's thank Rapid 7 for the giveaway. And now Tech Systems, what was the price? $250 Amazon?
$250 Amazon.
Great prize. $250 Amazon gift certificate goes to Nathan Bradley. Is Nathan here? All right. Well, Tech Systems will be getting in touch with you, Nathan, and they will get it in there. So if you're watching the video later, you're going to win. Otherwise, you... Did you get the no start? I did not know. Is it upstairs? Yes. Okay. You want to...
Do you have a badge? I need it.
We got a couple knock things first. Is no starch for prizes for CTF? Okay, we got a few more slides, so we're good. All right, so we're going to go really slow. All right, so our knock this year. Wow, these are really tiny. You weren't kidding, you Untitled. So we can kind of see that these are some of where our major traffic stuff. There are a lot of people on Steam this year. You're at a conference, really? You're going to play streaming games all day? At least be CTFing like the rest of us. Let's see, we also have Dalvik, Debian, Mozilla, so blah, blah, blah.
Those are Tor.
Wow. All right, so you know what? You come up and do this.
So this lovely list is all the Tor nodes that were detected in the KNOC this year. So that's quite a few here. It looks like we have, issuer and whatnot. Okay, that's fun. So here's the more interesting one, which is bandwidth usage. You people go to bed. What's wrong with you? Obviously you can tell. Either that or the network drop, but that did not happen that often. But look at that. At one point we were peaking up at 160 meg. Congratulations, by the way.
You're welcome.
And a bit of thanks to OnRamp for providing that wonderful capability for bandwidth out the internet. And then here's all the countries you guys were visiting. Looks like, that's Hawaii over there. Is that Hawaii over there? Are they really that far away? Anyway, it's not. I know it's not. Well, it was at one point, but I know it's not a country. But yeah, we got some fairly good. Oh, Russia, no collusion, no collusion. Just like Canada, not a real country. So yeah, I do want to take special notice at wildmonkeysex.com. which if you didn't see some of the QR codes and you scanned them, you're welcome. And I believe that's really all from the knock that we had, but we just wanted to share that with you. First time we've done stats. Thank Systems and the team there, Ivan. Systems is the new head there of the network, so.
You got the drawings and stuff?
Door prizes.
After?
It's part of all content.
Okay, cool. How do you want to draw them? You got the Socio app for the door prizes?
Yeah, sure.
All right. So we're going to give away door prizes until Damien gets back. So cool. Getting tickets or challenge? Just challenge coins?
Yeah, challenge coins and why not a free ticket?
Oh, you want Vanna?
Yeah,
okay.
Sure.
Yeah, free ticket.
All right, hunt down OJ for the free ticket code after the con.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't do that.
I'm waiting on him. I don't know until Damien gets back, basically. Yep.
The name? Here it is.
Oh, there he is.
The name is Paul Fields.
Paul Fields. Are you here?
Cool. Brent Hansen.
Brent Hansen.
How about Doug Goon? Wait, his last name's Goon? His name is Goon. That's pretty cool.
Okay.
Get a job for. How about Sam CR?
Hey! All right, this is going to take forever. Fuck this. It's not worth it. All right. You're going to give these away as prizes?
I need to give one away.
You're going to give...
Is Kevin Bitnick here?
You want to give him those prizes right now?
No, I mean for your contest. Sure. Cool. You're good. All right, you're up. All right. And now I'm going to hand this over to G and Lintile.
All right. Unmute myself. How's everybody doing? Well, we've had a lot of awesome participation this year in all the contests and entertainment. So thank you first and foremost to all the participants for the enthusiastic, at times, participation in my contests and for some of the less enthusiastic participation as well. But first off, I would like to introduce somebody who's very dear to me. G is going to talk through the escape room. G.
Alrighty, I wanted to show a picture of the thought process first. So just the overall gist was being in space, obviously. The spaceship Lintile was attacked by the evil Shmoo. Everyone died. Everyone is dead. And before dying, the captain initiated the 50-minute self-destruct sequence. And you, as the away team, are there to rescue technology that cannot fall into the Shmoo. However, it takes 51 minutes to download the data. So you have to disable the self-destruct. The bridge has been ruined. You are in the captain's ready room, and you have to use the console there. However, it was not assembled yet. That was going to happen next Tuesday. So you need to find the components, build the computer, log in, find the self-destruct, and terminate. So there's a bunch of puzzles in there, obviously, very space-themed. You can see the thought process here. I'm a nerd, and this is what I did for months before getting here, so this is what my brain looks like. It's cool. It's fine. Yeah. Yeah. I think the next... Perfect. So here's some results. Everybody did awesome. I mean, there's definitely, I think these are the 5 teams that made it out. I also want to honorable mention just right off the bat Tyros because they did it the fastest. It was a little over 30 minutes to get out of it. So Tyros definitely win the awesome prize. They were like tornadoes finding things. It was amazing. So yeah, but we did have 5 teams. Team DC 765, you guys were the fastest. Everybody used the 2-minute clue, so no team got out of this room without at least 1 clue, which I'm going to thank myself for that because that makes me feel better. So nicely done. If you guys want to come up, there are prizes. You can pick one of the lock boxes with a prize inside. Because I don't want to take it home, so please take it.
DC 765, you get the first choice.
What just happened? You fucked it up. What did you do?
What did I do?
Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's fine. Totally fine. Team Underdoges, you guys were second place. You guys can come up. You did it in 43 minutes, 20 seconds with a 2-minute penalty. And then Team Death Star, you were at 46:08 with a 2-minute penalty. So nicely done, the three of you. I don't want to take this stuff home, so please take it. But I do have a shout out, a special shout out for the youngest escape room attendee. I did not get an actual age, but Severio, if your mom can bring you up here, I have your prize. He's sleeping. Shh, guys, everybody really quiet. He's sleeping. He was the youngest, and he did amazing. And he gets the book, 10 Twinkle Stars. So, snaps, congratulations. Thank you. Okay.
Well done. Everybody, one last round of applause for G. All right, a couple of the...
I'll be back next year.
All right, next one, the Socio Contest. The winner is Homo Hacker. Homo Hacker, are you here? You get $30 in gift vouchers for No Starch. Well done. In our second place, Ben Straws. $15 to No Starch. Well done. And an honorable mention in third place to Timo Humphrey. If you're here, we will clap for you, and that's what you get. All right. To all the celebrities and quotes and everybody else that participated in the game shows last night, everybody was happy with the game shows? A lot of fun. Hollywood Squares is what I have heard was people's favorite. Is that an agree? Yeah, okay. That's about the way everybody was reacting that night too, so I'll accept that. But thank you specifically to Kate and Jenny who fabricated all of our props for that game show. All right, Danny had to leave, but Who Slide, congratulations to the winner of Who Slide. They've already received their prizes from last night. If you were not there, you definitely missed it. But Sciatic Nerd, RGB Bowtie, and Wolf, if you could stand up and we will shower you with praises. All right. But again, thanks to the whole Who Slide crew, to Khaki, A Jedi Day, Meat Shield. Well, yeah, I'm sorry. Did anybody hear anything from the back there? I didn't hear anything. As well as all the people who made the slides, thanks to you. Cosplay Awards. The winner was Zach Brannigan. Johnny, are you here? There he is. Johnny, go ahead and pick yourself a shirt and a book from No Starch. Disturbingly accurate Zach Brannigan costume. As second place, Investigator Chick for the TARDIS dress. Well done. Come up and grab a prize as well. And third place, Wolf and Steph. Honorable mention. Please stand up and we will appreciate your Doctor Who. Steph and Wolf. You know, the German band. But Shecky, Survivatrix, and the person who played Arthur Dent, which I lost your handle at somewhere in the... There he is. All wonderful cosplays. Thank you for all the participants who showed up in costume. All right, on to the CTF. Some statistics first. We had 200 registered users, which is a high mark for Circle City Con. 109 of them teams. 74 of the 109 teams was solved. So as a comparison to last year, it was about 50% of the users actually solved at least one flag. But that's up from the year before, which 33% signed up and then did nothing. So I don't understand, but thanks for giving me your email address. So for those of you who don't know, I host all my CTFs through AWS. So the grand total cost from this month was $7.03. Just for those of you who are DevOps people out but on the back end, mostly Docker and a tiny little, as little Kubernetes as I could get away with. A couple of things, we we do some strange challenges as part of my CTFs here at this con, like having to go find specific people. One of the things I did want to pull out specifically about these shenanigans was one of the challenges was where you had to find Jimmy Easter and pitch him an idea for a new startup. I asked him to curate a couple of the funnier ones, and so I will present these without comment and give you a moment to read them. I'm just saying, some of y'all in faded black shirts could use the first one. Yeah, Anonymous, we'll be holding sign-ups in the lobby after the con.
This was left in training room 1.
Oh, yeah, okay. Who has, the ever popular AC/DC adapter brand, AC adapter for their laptop. It's up here. Or it's going to be taken as a prize. $5. There it is. Yeah. Who enjoyed the marbles? All right. So stand up if you found my marble. These people are crazy. Everybody watch out for them next year. But congratulations here. For all of you that found my marble, feel free to come up and grab the home game. Okay, great. Oh no, I broke it. As per usual. I'll take unsolicited InfoSec advice for 300, Alex. Oh, there we go. All right, so 30 challenges, 1,850 possible points, 20% correct rate, 80% failure rate. Yeah, you know. This is like a B+ in most engineering courses, so we'll take it. What? Anyways, one thing I will say about the incorrect, so there was one challenge which I love to include in my CTFs every year, which is named Do Not Solve This Challenge. And it is, for those of you who haven't played CTFs, there's always a point value and a description with every single challenge. The point value for this challenge was -1. And it's specifically the name of the challenge, Do Not Solve This Challenge. The flag was, by submitting this flag, I consent to losing points. And we had 15 out of the 74 teams solve this challenge. At one point, when it came down to the end, there was a scenario where somebody would have been forgone a black badge by solving this challenge. They were 1 point off the lead because of that reason. Yeah, right. So luckily, you know, we found the smart people towards the end of the competition and it didn't matter. So our third place team this year was the Planet Express Delivery Crew. Templar, Cthulhu, and Alias. Are you here? There's one. Give them a hand. Go ahead and take a book and take a t-shirt here. If you want a handful of marbles, all yours, buddy. But congratulations, third place. Second place, Sec Midwest with 1,250 points. Lord Hack, Senator Returns, and Jay Peters. Anybody? Oh, there they are in the back. Yeah, no, take your time. It's cool. In addition to a book and a t-shirt, they are going to get $45 in No Starch Press gift certificates. No, you guys can have challenge coins too. Sure. There you go. All right, and then our winner with 1,400 points, and if I can get the prize, gosh darn it. Just trying to build up a little more drama before we announce this. Sorry, I'm going to stand really still so I don't break it again. The winner with 1,400 points, winner of a black badge, the Underdoges! Candy cane. Congratulations. Well done. Here is your black badge. Split it as you will. Yeah, God, I would have died. Again, thank you to all the participants in the CTF. It was a great year. One final thank you. Thank you to the rest of my team, Mike Connor, Tech by Tom, and Johnny Christmas for making some of the challenges and helping out day of. Congratulations to everybody, and thank you very much. All right, well, without further ado, I am going to hand it back to Bear for some recognitions.
Thank you. All right. All right, first off, CTF winners get some challenge coins. Jenny, can you give those to them? You're going to learn to catch, you're good. All right, so this is a new thing that we're going to be doing. We're giving some recognition out. We started this con 6 years ago. Have never really recognized the people that have been involved since the first and second conference. Really, honestly, we did year one, but year two is when we really truly started Circle City Con and what it is today. So we're going to do some thank yous out, and then we have some other recognitions after that. So, 5-year recognition. When I call your name, if you can come up on stage. Fran. There's Mama Grape. There she is. So Mama Grape was here year one. She's been here almost every year. She's run our reg desk and been a wonderful person. We love her to death. Don't know. Thank you. Don't know how he got so ornery, because you're lovely, you're sweet. He's ornery, but. Haven't met his dad. Oh, is that okay? Go man, here. Let's take a picture. Come by and honor. So, thank you very much. We appreciate you. We appreciate all the help that you've given us over the years. Thank you. Thank you. System. Yeah, I know you don't like people, but come on. Often takes this guy out to dinner, to a nice steak dinner, and he turns me down. It's like, what the heck, man? Anyway, so Frank's been here since year one, correct? Two. Year two. So Frank's been here for 5 years. For those of you who don't know, our head of our KNOC retired, and Frank took over this year. So he's one of the other changes that have been for senior staff positions that have we've seen a changeover on. So Frank runs our KNOC now, and appreciate the hard work that you've done. Thank you. You did a wonderful job this year. Irish Jack, Mike Cooley. A little faster, Mike. Come on, buddy. We're fat too. We understand, but come on. All right, that's fair. All right, so Mike's been involved all 6 years. You're 6 or you're 5? You're 6. Yeah, you're 1. Okay. Yeah, Mike's been involved all 6 years. He's handled our AV work for us, as well as just been a volunteer when we did year 1, correct? Yep. Yep. I'm going to let Grape see, since this is one of Grape's guys.
Yeah, I'm probably going to jump in here some of this. I try not to get sappy, but sometimes it happens, so forgive me. Mike came, I think, with Amanda Berlin the first year, right? You guys kind of came in. Is she still here by chance? All right, so he came and was just like, yeah, sure, I'll go. I got nothing to do for the weekend. So they rode over from Ohio and hung out, and they made the mistake of getting here early. And if for those of you who were around for the first year, it was absolute madness. It was nonsense. And I found this guy, he was like, hey, I can help, you need some help? You screwed up, buddy. So sure, I'll put you to work. So we had him, I think
There's no escape once you say yes.
We're like the mob.
I think Mike probably ran probably 1.5 miles of Cat5 cable that weekend. Handled everything with setting up the AV stuff. And as we sat back and we were like, dude, this dude just came out of nowhere and just out of the kindness of his heart decided to help us. But he did so well. He took care of working with the staff, coordinating some volunteers, and it's eventually led to him being our AV guy. So I really appreciate your help and calling you a friend. Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, Adrian, Iron Geek. We can clap for Iron Geek. Come on. I know we all want to cut the ponytail, but we can take. I appreciate it. So Iron Geek, like I said, has done our video for 6 years. First year we got involved, called him up and said, hey, can you help us out? And he's like, absolutely. When do you need me there? Has shown up, has helped us as we've expanded, has given advice as well over various con things. So Adrian, thank you very much. Appreciate the service. Thank you. This next one's one of my favorites, and I've known him longer than the con, but I love this kid to death. Meat Shield, where are you at? There you are. Don't boo Meat Shield.
I don't even know my own identity. It's on every slide.
So Meat Shield's been here year 2, right?
I think so.
Yeah,
Sounds right.
year 2, Meat Shield started with us. He's been on our safety ops team. He's one of the leaders on that team. Does a phenomenal job. You can find him at many other conferences as well, working in that same capacity. Like I said, I've known him since 7, 8 years, I think now. Something like that. Yeah, I can't remember if it was Derby or DEF CON, but I've known him for years.
Long time.
Great guy, really good, hard worker. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
And a constant social engineering exercise. One of the nicest trolls on the planet.
I just want to say that I dispensed only 3 Tums over this weekend, and that was to myself, so we had no Band-Aids, no boo-boos, no cold compresses, so thank you.
Damien. So Damien's a lot like Steve Reagan and Wick in that the first year they weren't officially involved, but they were people that hopped in and helped out. And then starting in second year, became a part of the team and have worked their way up. So for those of you who don't know, Damien is our, as we said, he's our sponsor manager. He is responsible for, what?
Sounds right.
Yeah, responsible for getting all our sponsors in there, helps get the money so we don't have to charge like $500 a person. So appreciate all the hard work you've done. Thank you very much. The next one terrifies me. Johnny Christmas! So Johnny has been a volunteer and staffer at Circle City Con for since year 1. He's been involved in entertainment. He's been involved in social media and just generally all around helping out, helping make the con a great.
Hold on, he was involved in the arcade and like starting that whole
You're
thing.
right.
So like that, I think. Hey, can you all agree? The arcade's probably like my favorite thing about the conference.
No, that's a good call. So yeah, so for those who don't know, year 2. Johnny came with me and said, hey, I know this guy that has all these arcade games, and for this amount, we can get him up there. And I'm like, okay, let's do that.
It's become a staple of the con.
It has. It's one of the things that we're known for, along with the training. I love it. I love it to death. So thank you very much, Johnny. Appreciate it. Thanks. So thank you, buddy. All right. Shauna, if I can get you up here. So Wick is another one. Wick's not here today. This is Wick's wife, Shauna. She helped run the Space Force Tyros today. So Wick's another person that showed up year 1 and basically came as an attendee, and then it's like seeing us all struggle because we had small staff and not a lot of people, and it's like, hey, what can I do to help? Well, great, I'll do this, 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 and this. Next year, hey, what can I do to help? Joined on staff. He's built out our badges for us, took over, or volunteered in the Kids Village at the beginning, and then took over running it when we brought it in-house. He has been an instrumental person to the success of this con. So just want to say thank you to Wick, and appreciate that in all his service. So thank you, Shauna. And thank you for coming this year. Appreciate it. We're waiting to see him next year, but we love the guy to death, so we missed him. All right. Swear to God, I hope I spelled your name right. So if I didn't, I apologize. Sweet. All right. Haya. So I've known Haya for longer than the con, like 7, 8 years, something like that. Yeah, we've known each other for a while. I've had many fun adventures with Haya at various cons and stuff. We won't tell some of those stories right now. What, you like the Vegas story? Oh, yeah, I guess I don't blame you. There's a lot of bad ones for that one. Anyway, so Haya has been here since year one. She was at the first con.
You got it too.
That's a great time frame.
So Haya has been here since year one. She was someone that helped out with the raising money for Hack for Kids. When we started adding a kids event, she's been an instrumental part of that each year. She's been a great staffer and a good friend, and I appreciate all the work that you've done for us. So thank you, sweetheart.
I appreciate being part of it.
Thank you for having us. All right, another kid I absolutely love. And there's a theme here before I give it over to OJ. When we started all this stuff, you have a lot of the old guard here, people that are old. I'm not going to say my age, but old. And a lot of our staffers that are now like starting to get into their next decade started out really as young kids, and we've watched them grow up in this industry. And one of the things that Grape and I are big into is seeing that next generation grow, seeing the mentorship, and watching a lot of these people grow up into what they've become as adults has been amazing to see. OJ is a perfect example. This next person is as well. So.
Yeah, so it was Circle City Con 2. I had met a friend. Yeah, we like to do that once in a while. And met a friend, and he was interested in, he was going to school, I think at IUPUI for, information security, IT, and all that good stuff. And I'm like, cool, awesome. Well, hey, I'm running an InfoSec Con. You want to come to an InfoSec Con? And he's like, yeah, cool. All right, let's get down there. And he was basically just a runner, a personal assistant for me. Let's go do this and this. And then he left me and went to my personal favorite place, the KNOC, because that's where I come from. So it's a kind of near and dear place to my heart. And he's been in the KNOC ever since and been kicking it. And I just want to welcome you. Ivan, come on up. And this is for 5 years. Let's do more.
Oh, yeah. Thank you, Ivan. Appreciate it, buddy. And we were talking about watching people grow up. So our next person, Phoenix, where are you? Come on. So I've known Phoenix. So I'm going to embarrass her. I've known Phoenix from BurbSec, and that's where we first met. I remember the first BurbSec we're in there, and in comes this little girl, and we're like, where's your parents? You shouldn't be in here. Like, oh no, I'm in college. Like, oh, well, I know, but then the mom chimed up, but we thought she was a 10-year-old, and she's not, so. But I've known Phoenix, I've watched Phoenix as well, another one that we've just watched grow up and become just wonderful adults in this community. I appreciate all the hard work that you've done over the years. You've been a part of it since year one. You've been here for a while, and I think Alyssa has something that she wants to say.
I do. So all of you are super nice, and you say this con's going real well, and that's cool and nice, but it's because I have Phoenix. Like, honestly, my job this year was so easy, and I had trust. I knew I could walk away and do things because Phoenix was there. She's an absolutely wonderful person, and she made this con happen.
So, I say I'm going to be a little sappy from time to time. A couple years ago, I got kind of roped into having to manage all of the volunteers on top of the other organizational duties, and it became increasingly difficult. It became increasingly difficult to herd these cats. I don't know if you've all ever been to a HackerCon before, but we're not exactly the most reliable people, and we tend to drink a little bit. And it was difficult to kind of deal with that, with all the other fires. And bringing Phoenix on has been a godsend. You have really been very helpful to us, so we thank you for your time, we thank you for the investment, and we appreciate you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Phoenix. All right, this next person I love and loathe at the same time. I love him because he's an awesome guy. If you've ever done his crypto challenges at a CTF, you hate him with a passion. So, Mike Connor, where are you, buddy? There we go, Mike Connor. Mike does some sadistically messed up crypto challenges my favorite one was at B-Sides Detroit one year, and we're sitting there playing, and I cracked the challenge, only to find out it was a completely false flag he had put there that said, oh, hey, guess what? This isn't the actual flag. Try again. I believe I yelled at the word motherfucker in the middle of the CTF just randomly when that happened. It's, yeah, so you're a sadistic bastard, but we love you to death.
I don't very often find somebody who's trolling, at least with CTF challenges, rivals my own. Having Mike on my team is just an unbelievable boon because he is Mr. Reliable on getting things done on time. And as was said about others in this group, people that are reliable are outliers, and it's amazing to have him on board. So Mike, thank you so much, my friend.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. There are two other people that were supposed to be on this list. Unfortunately, they had to leave early, so we're going to take care of them next year. But I do want to give a shout out to Kate and the Tech by Tom, who are also have earned this award, and we will be taking care of them next year because I want them in person here. All right, another favorite guy of mine, Jason Breitweiser. Where are you, Jason? So, Jason came year one. Year two, we are at B-Sides Vegas. And this guy comes and is like, Bear, how you doing? And for those of you who know me, I've only met you once or twice. I suck at faces. I'm absolutely horrible at it. So I'm basically like that. How you doing? Great to see ya. It's Jason. Jason, yeah, that's great. So we sat down and talked, and Jason basically goes, hey, what did you do for internet this year? Oh, well, we had in Bright House and we had to run 2,000 feet of cable. Yeah, that sucks. I can get you in better internet. Okay, I like that. So Jason brought us in internet. Jason then joined the KNOC and helped out Chris on the KNOC, and has been a valuable part of the con since then with advice as well as helping out. For those who don't know, Jason was recently promoted to our Chief Financial Officer. He'll be taking over that as we start transitioning the organization. Jason, thank you very much. Appreciate all the hard work you've done and looking forward to the future. So, thank you, buddy. All right. So a few others. These are people that have given, all those people have worked their asses off. These are people, though, that have sacrificed a lot to really kind of help be here and help take care of things. So first and foremost, Lynn Tile. So Lynn Tile started year two. He was helping with CTF challenges and then took over for CTF and eventually took over running entertainment. Lynn Tile is a survivor of the Great Korean Barbecue Disaster.
Oh, God.
If you have not heard that story, we're not going to tell it on camera, but come find us sometimes. It is a horror story of horror stories. I still have PTSD from it. Yes, it involved a certain person and raw food, and it was... So, Lynn Tile's been a great friend. He's been a great asset to the conference and is someone that I cannot give my enough gratitude for how much he's meant to me and to the conference. So thanks, buddy. All right. So, year one, there's this real asshole I keep reading online. I read his articles and I'm like, this guy's a douche. But I find out he lives in Indy. Okay, we don't have enough Indy people at Circle, so it's like, all right, cool. Well, so we ran into a problem. And one of our trainers started spouting some stuff out on Twitter, and it blew up, as saying stuff on Twitter does, because people can't seem to get the concept of, hey, shut the hell up on Twitter and stop talking. And I didn't know what to do. So I got this person's phone number and called him up. And he sat with me and talked for me about 30, 45 minutes, and we went over the thing because he has press background and figured out what to do. Gave great advice. Came to the first conference, was there, helped out there, jumped in again, wasn't officially a staffer at that point, but hopped in there. When we made the changes to the board and started building out the board for the first time, he was one of the first people in mind that we added to our group as part of the board. So he's a person who I've known for 6-7 years, has become a very, very close and good friend, and someone's been just a very valuable asset to the conference. So Steve Reagan, please get your ass up here. You didn't think he wouldn't milk this shit, didn't you? Thank you, buddy. I appreciate the hard work.
No.
All right. Next person. So this is someone that really means a lot to me. This is someone that I first saw, and he helped out year one, and I kept giving him more and more tasks. Originally, it was more almost like an assistant, and then I kept giving him more tasks and more tasks, and every time I put something on this guy, I shouldn't say guy, kid. He was a kid. Every time I gave this kid a challenge, I gave him something to do with high responsibility. He took the ball, he ran with that shit. And impressed the hell out of me, impressed the hell out of Grape as well. So when we came on board to start up the board, he was also one of our first people we brought on, and wanting to get in there and put into a leadership position. Year one, this is the guy that I picked to take over for me when I decided to retire. I didn't think I was actually going to tear up, so sorry. This is the guy I picked year one to take over for me when I decided to retire. He has been not only a friend in the con, he's been a valuable friend outside the con. He's helped me through a lot of troubles in my life. He's been there for me. He's even shared hotel rooms with me at Gen Con because we have a good time going and gaming and shit like that. So this con would not be what it is without this man here. So,
and that magnificent fez.
Yeah. I love this kid to death. And now, not kid, man. I love this man to death. He is a brother from another mother. Odd job. Wow. So we have one other person we want to recognize, one of our fallen. Some of you know Rance. Those of you who don't know Rance, some of you maybe go, "Who's this guy?" Don't say that around the older crowd because you will get your ass kicked. I'm not saying that as a joke. If you don't,
really good stories, we'll get your ass.
Okay, you'll get some good stories, but be respectful. That's fair.
Rance would be very upset if somebody kicked.
You're right. I apologize. You're right. I'm gonna get my ass kicked by Banshee. So Rance has been here. Rance was here year one. We had him come in and DJ for us. Did a phenomenal job. One of my favorite stories from year one is Rance going out with Johnny. Thank you. It was Whitey. Going out with Whitey and Johnny, and they go out to Steak and Shake, and they go buy just a shit ton of Steak and Shake, and then they go hand it out to the homeless around Indianapolis. Yeah.
Yeah. Entire box. Cases.
So that is a story to me that sums up who Rance was. That spirit there. Some of you know this, some of you don't. Circle City Con would not be the con it is without him. Who likes the training? Who likes the multiple classes? So year two, right before or after year one, I'm at DEF CON and I'm talking to him. And I'm like, "Hey, what'd you think of the con?" "Oh, it was great." He's like, "The training was awesome. You know what? You only had 5 classes. What you should do is just load this shit up with training." And I look at him and go, "That is the smartest idea I have ever heard." And so all the training classes we have in doing that was a direct idea of Rance's. That's why we do what we do there. He also made a hell of a White Russian, Lebowski level White Russian. Those of you who ever had one, they knocked you on your ass. They were damn good. My also favorite story, rant story, finally, is actually a ShmooCon story, but he and I would sit outside the hotel, and on the revolving door, there's a stop button, those of you who've been to ShmooCon know, and we would sit for hours smoking cigarettes and drinking and just boop, boop, as people get stuck in the thing. It made us laugh. It was fun. So I have no doubt in my mind that if Rance were still with us, he would have been here every year, and he would be getting one of these himself. Unfortunately, as a lot of you know, he's not. So this is for Rance. What I'm talking over with some people, and this was Grape's idea. What we're going to do is we are going to take this. I have one of the Fuck Cancer Rance coins at home, and we're going to find a rubber chicken. So someone has one of the little rubber chickens that we can have. Perfect, Jenny's got them. And we're going to do a shadow box with these in there, and hopefully a picture. Maybe a Zeddy picture, I think. And we're going to bring it, and we're going to have it at every party. It's going to be our thing. And I think that might be a tradition for staffers going forward, that, if we lose a staffer, we're going to do a very similar thing, and we'll have our kind of honor wall for those people. So, let's give a big round of applause, please, to Rance. All right, so we have some retirements this year from their positions. Now they're still involved in the conference, but they're retiring from their current positions and moving into different, more advisory type roles or running events or things like that. So, first person, honorable discharge. So Lickety joined us year 2. Were you year one? Year 2. And he quickly became one of the most important persons in the con, because without him, our internet did not run. He has spent probably more sleepless hours at this conference. The only people that come close are the overnight safety ops. I literally have seen him work a 24-hour shift before, and he gets all real tired and everything and a little cranky, but we love him to death for that. He came to me at the start of this year and said, hey, guess what? I'm ready to hand off control of this. I'm ready to give this to Frank. And we said, cool. A couple of us thinking the same thing. So we appreciate that. So, when all this came about, I wanted to find a good way to honor those people that are retiring, this year, and kind of, give them a special something, to show what they mean to us. So, Christian, come up here. So first, we have your 5-year coin.
Thank you.
And second, we have your black badge.
Fantastic.
So not that you really need one to get in, but again, I want to show the thank you that we have for you and all the hard work that you've done. We very much appreciate it, and just thank you for being a part of the con.
Yeah, just want to say a couple words. When I started out doing this, saw the pathetic state of their network in year 1 and thought I'd volunteer to help. So, over the years we've had challenges, and I think we've done a fantastic job in overcoming a lot of those challenges. And now we have a whole new set, and we have some new leadership on the KNOC. I think they're going to do a fantastic job. And if you've never had to talk to any of us, I think we're doing a good job.
We're also not going to rely on a certain person's boxes for networking anymore. I think we're still waiting, right? All right. Our next person joined us year 2. She has been They have been a phenomenal asset to this conference. They were brought in because basically none of us knew how to run a friggin' conference. And we needed help. We had some problems year 2, especially on the safety team. And we needed someone that can come in and just really kind of hit the floor running, someone with experience. So called it Banshee and said, hey, can you come help us? And she's like, yes, I can. So she...
Okay, go. Just keep going. It's okay. You let it flow.
Thank you. Sorry. I learned about that this weekend, and so I'm still getting used to it, so I'm going to apologize just in advance. So they've been a wonderful asset to the organization. They have built our safety ops team into a phenomenal team. They have kept us in check when we've done stupid shit. They have said things like, hey, you know how you're all drinking and wearing shirts while you're wearing con shirts while you're drinking? Maybe we don't want to do that. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. Why didn't we think of that? Okay, cool, let's do that. So sadly, that's actually the truth, but I didn't want to go there. So, Banshee is going to be moving into an advisory role for us. She's going to be helping the new administration here. They are going to be helping the new administration here. And we'll be, I'm just going to say your name instead so I don't butcher it. Banshee is going to be in that advisory role helping OJ and Alyssa out long-term. So want to thank you all very much. Want to thank you, your 5-year coin for all your hard work, and your black badge as well. Thank you very much. Oh, hold on, you gotta say some words.
No, that's why I do production, not operations. I get behind the mic. I don't get in front of. Yeah. I just want to thank my team for all their hard work, because if they weren't as trainable as they were, it wouldn't be as easy for me to step away.
All right, the next one. I'm going to say one thing first, and then we'll let you up. So, he probably hates me now, but about 6 years ago, when I started taking over this conference, I basically was struggling and trying to figure out how the hell am I going to do this thing. So what I did is, those of you who know me, is I, can be a pretty smooth talker at times, and, I have a way of being able to turn no's into yeses. And so I called up my friend Grape and said, hey buddy, I really need some help. And he's like, hell no, go fuck yourself. And I'm like, but I really need some help. And he says it again. And then I said, dude, really, I'm struggling. I need some help. And he's like, okay, I'm there. So he shows up, runs our security team. Yeah, he was a sucker. Notice, it's like the mob, you're not out. So he showed up, ran our security team. We ran into some challenges. He was the one that got in there and really helped knock heads and keep the trains running on time. When we decided to go to the new format that we went to in year 2, again, one of the first people that was named for the board. I've been our chief operations officer and our vice chairman of the board for the last 6 years. 5 years, yeah. So this man has been one of my closest friends in InfoSec. He's been just a fantastic.
This feels really weird.
Yeah, I know. Fantastic friend, someone I care about, love to death, and fuck you, Johnny.
Is this a continuation of the picture from last year?
Kind of is. So, without further ado, I know I'm talking, but this con, again, would not be what it is without Mr. Grape Ape. I'm going to hand it over to Alyssa, who wants to say some stuff. She's been his prodigy in the conference, and she's going to take it home.
Oh yeah, and I'm going to get you right in the feels here, so sorry.
Let me just say, be careful, because my eyes are already still a little wet from the whole rants thing, all right?
It's going to be terrible. You might as well get like some Kleenex or something now. Actually, my first circle as an attendee was Circle 2, and none of you know that. I don't think anyone on staff knows that, because I was so painfully introverted, I didn't talk to anyone. I was terrified of literally every single person in this room, but I really, really, really wanted to come to Circle. And one person reached out to me. And at the time, I had no idea that he was super ops man doing everything, being super busy all the time. He treated me just as important as he was, and he gave me a lot of time. And throughout those years, he's given me a lot of mentorship, and he's been a real inspiration for me. But instead of telling you what he's done for me, I would like to illustrate it to him. So you're all going to help me embarrass him for a second, even if it's just a few of you, okay?
My mom wasn't involved in this, was she?
No. Not yet. Anyway, so I know it might only be a few of you, but if this applies to you and how GRAPE has changed my life, I'd like you to raise your hand. So if you were a student of mine, yeah, they let me teach. That's so weird, right? Now they let me teach. If you were a student of mine, raise your hand. If I taught you how to break and enter into large buildings of 12,000 people and then let you do so on your own, raise your hand. If you are an original clubmate of the Cyber Front, keep them up, by the way. He's got to see them. Thank you. If you're either a clubmate of either the old Cyber Forensics Club or DC 765, raise your hand. If you work with me at the AFCC and I torment you every day, I am so sorry. If I ever mentored you, gave you career advice, or dragged your ass to this con because I won't shut up about it, please raise your hand. Dude, look what you did. You took your chance on some quiet girl who sat by herself at this con, and then that happened. But wait, it gets better. Where's Mia at? Mia Stoffel, where are you? Yeah, no, she didn't. Stand up. Okay, hey Mia, I'm really sorry. I didn't let you know, but I'm going to really embarrass you. You can blame Eliza. So hey, Grape, get this. You're my hero, right? I found out last week that this girl who I decided to mentor and help and join Gen Cyber and help her because of you, that chick called me her hero, but you're my hero. And, I'm going to do right by you, I promise, by this con and by you. But you did a lot more than you think by just helping out that quiet little girl. So I owe a lot to you. Yeah, this is the time where you come here and I give you a hug.
It's like a reverse roast.
Yeah.
Do I get to say mine now? This is a damn conspiracy.
A circle conspiracy.
And I believe all of you are in on it for that. Thank you.
The conspiracy is real.
Who's going to make the big guy cry? So, my story for this conference is a little bit different. And again, I don't really like to be up here, but since they let me, and this is important, I'm going to take my time. Michael called me in a panic. Dude. So I'm running this conference, and this guy, he really shit the bed. He's like, we're committed to 600 nights. We're like 90 grand in the hole to this hotel. I don't know what to do. I'm like, sorry, dude, that sucks. It's not my problem, right? He's like, help me. No, I'm not. I don't want a bite of that pie. I'm good. So a couple of weeks passed by. Please help me. I need your help. Like, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this. We've gotten the hotel talk down. We've got some things finally are starting to come together, but I don't know how we're going to make this event happen. Please help me. Like, bro, I'm not interested. I don't want to run a conference. I like to go. I like to attend. I like to play. I like to have fun. I like to teach. I like to talk. I don't want to run a conference. So he calls me the third time, and as he said, he's a slick talker, and I swear he was on the verge of tears himself. I don't know what I'm going to do. We're about to go in the hole. We're going to go bankrupt from this thing. This dude that signed on for all this stuff thought he was going to compete with DerbyCon his first year. Come on. Like, fine. Out of the kindness of my heart, what do you need? I will help you. You're my friend. I'm not going to let you burn. And so it turned into the first year, which was an absolute shit show. I mean, it was from beginning to end, from our perspective on the back of the house, it was absolutely terrible. And I'm so thankful because we actually got a lot of good feedback. And at the end of it, after the entire no sleep of the weekend, because my role here is to make sure that the trains run on time. My role is to oversee, once we get here, I make sure that all of the pieces kind of fall together. And even though I haven't gotten to exercise it, I keep practicing my people tossing skills. So I want to throw somebody over that damn rail. So we survived, and we were like, okay, well, now what? Are we going to do this again? Like, we get some positive feedback. It's starting to kind of feel good. Okay, let's have a number 2. So we threw number 2, and that was a hit, and we realized that it wasn't a fluke, so here we are. But the bottom line, ultimately, like this isn't something that really I think any of us saw or wanted to take on. And we're so thankful for each of you, for all of your support, for everybody that comes back, everybody that donates time, that takes the time to talk, because this is, as we all have said to this point, everybody that works on this conference, mentoring, growing, teaching is a huge thing for us. And we like to cater to that in the community. It's a noobish kind of vibe is really what we go for, to teach to those folks. Make people feel wanted, included, that you can do this too. And now it's my turn. So as I'm walking around like a chicken with my head cut off, and for those of you who've been here for a few years, you may have seen that yourself. It can be a little crazy. Me hopped up on monster drinks in 5 hours and no sleep and trying to prevent from choking Dr. Bear out. And I come across this girl with these big doe eyes, and she has it's like she's like terrified of what's going on because she obviously doesn't know anybody. And so I stopped and just talked. And hey, how you doing? What's your name? Nice to meet you. You know, nobody here is any more special than anyone else. We're all in this together. And Alyssa was so sweet, so nice, such a genuine, kind person. And I just, as I saw her throughout the conference, I stopped and made it a point to talk to her. Have you talked to anybody? Catch any good talks? What have you seen? And she eventually started, like every time I turned around, there she was. So it's clear, like she still was meeting people, but she really took a shine, and we really kind of clicked almost from the jump. And it was a small world because you've heard my mother's involved in the conference, and I have a sister that lives here locally who comes and visits while we're here in the area. And it just so happens that my sister tutored Alyssa, sorry, see I'm even going crazy now, tutored Alyssa in school. And so, small world, she was kind of a part of the extended family. And learning more and more about her, when I decided, I don't really want this weight. Like, it's heavy. It's everybody who works with a conference, you realize how much goes into it. And I want to slow down. I want to teach. I want to do other stuff. And I thought, she is so super organized. She's got everything under control I watch, like, she's like a doctor of all kinds of crazy, like a car hacker, and doing all this stuff with teaching these wonderful kids and doing so much of the things that mean so much to me, right? And I thought, you're here, you're local, I'm not. If I were to decide to step out of my role, would you want to get involved a little more with the conference? And she, much like Mike Cooley, made the mistake of saying yes to me. So that becomes, I didn't tell her that the method to my madness was the evolution of where she's going to take over this role. But ultimately, Alyssa has been so instrumental in what this con is becoming. She has no issues with helping to make the trains run on time. And I'll be completely honest. I only had one reservation about turning this stuff over to her. And that was, from time to time, they keep me around because I'm big and ugly, kind of scary, apparently. That's what I hear. So they keep me around to be scary. And I thought, somebody's going to make the mistake of telling her no, and I'm going to have to exercise those people-tossing skills. But the opportunity that it presented itself, and she shocked me to see the devil that can reside in this quiet little girl that, it's absolutely insane that she gave me the chills for a quick second. And so I am so thankful that it's not the 2 to 3 year evolution that I was looking at to escape. I was hoping not to see a decade of having to be up all weekend. But to be able to walk away comfortably and know that all of you are in good hands. So that's very important. So I want to thank, first, all of you who have ever bought a ticket that's watching, like any of the 6 years. Thank you. All of you guys mean so much to me. I really cannot express, what a pleasure it's been to work with you, to get to know you over the years. And you don't get rid of a headache like me. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just not the boss anymore. I've been saying it all weekend. I've been waiting for this moment.
I don't work here anymore.
More awkward, wow.
So, what was it, DerbyCon 2? DerbyCon 2 or 3? I forget which one.
I think it was 2.
2. DerbyCon 2 was my first DerbyCon. I think I went to DEF CON the year after that. And I see this and I go, oh, wow, look at this. This is a great conference and everything. And I think, oh, wow, I would love to see if something even small, really small could happen in Indianapolis, 50 people even. That'd be great. And so then I find out, oh, wow, there is a Circle City Con. Oh, this is cool. Let's get involved. So I ended up somehow getting connected in with you, and you got me over to the KNOC and all that.
I want to say it was CFP, because originally I was going to run the call for papers.
Yeah, that's right. So I was in for a talk, but then, in for a talk and for a staff position. So, so I get in the KNOC. I end up getting mentored on the KNOC, and I pretty much, am running it and getting some advice from the KNOC leader at the time. And then somewhere around January, February, March, I'm getting more emails from him saying, can you hit up this sponsor over here? Can you hit up this? Can you hit up this? And then it finally turns into, wow, you got that done really fast. And I'm just like, yeah, I just did a thing. Like I just sent an email. But he's busy, right? And he was just putting more on me and more on me and more on me, like he was saying. And it was okay. I could do it. And I was really excited to do it. And come to find out later, he's like, you're like one of the few people I trust. And this is like, I don't get this very often. I don't get people saying, you're like the only person. I'm like, I just met you. And I've seen you on Twitter. I met you at, I think I even met you at DerbyCon on Twitter. I just went Bearsick, you're like, hi. Kind of like the, hey, Jay, yeah, sir, Jason. He's like, hi, how are you? Don't even know you. And he got to know me, and I got to know him, and we call each other friends. We came to call each other friends very often. And then, hey, come and join the board. Okay, let's do this. Come and do the finances. Okay, well, we're doing pretty well. And then we get sponsors. And then he's saying, hey, you're getting too much. You need to do like me and delegate. I'm like, okay. He's like, no, you need to delegate because you're going to be moving up at some point. I'm like, what? He's tailoring me. He's grooming me. So, yeah, the puppet strings. He's been grooming me. He's been mentoring me. This year, I've mostly been autonomous on this. There have been input from him. I have called him. I have talked to him. He's taking care of some stuff. But he's mostly trusted this year with me. And I want to thank him for that. And as he's going to move up and I'm going to take his position, hey, why don't you come back? Get off my bridge.
So those of you who've been around me this weekend, I've been in a bit of a melancholy mood just with all the feels from all of this happening. And sorry. It's been a lot of sacrifice over the last 6 years, last 5 years, 6 years, getting this conference going. I didn't know this. I never, like Grape, I never planned on running a conference. I'm like, this is the stupidest thing. Why the hell do people do this crap? And sometimes you just have it thrust upon you, and you don't want to see something fail. And watching something fail, I've never been one of those people, so I see it fail in my job. I feel I need to go fix it. There's some deep-seated psychological issues, I'm sure, but you can ask my shrink about those. So, year one, getting involved and kind of taking it over and bringing it home, and then looking at year two and going, okay, we had a pretty good run. Yeah, it was a complete disaster on the back end, but people that went had fun. We had a lot of good feedback. I was at DerbyCon and people kept coming up to me and going, oh, wow, you're one of the people that run Circle City Con. We had a great time. Thank you. Appreciate that. And it's been that way. There's an interesting thing. Until you run a con, you never understand what it's like to run a con. And, you know, if you see how people, sometimes the con runners act at their cons, whether they lose their shit or they get upset or anything like that, once you run it, you start to understand it. Because I remember seeing people. I remember seeing Banshee before I ran a con lose her shit. Why are you so stressed? Why are you doing that? Oh, okay, now I get it. And this Banshee has literally run cons way bigger than anything I've ever done. So it's been one of those things where it's been a growing experience for me. And watching literally my baby grow up over the last 6 years. My original plan was to do this for 5 years. I kept on and decided last year I wanted to do one more year when I did it. I wanted to make sure we had the right infrastructure in place. For those of you who don't know, the first 2 years was very much micromanaging bear. It was literally hands in every pie. I remember still sitting down and going to, you want to tell the story?
Turn that on. We made it 6 years without giving this man a heart attack. I had to literally sit him down after the first and say, dude,
second year,
take a break. Take a break. You're gonna crash if you don't start letting other people do some stuff, because he doesn't.
We were at Shula's during this conversation. I mean, he literally did do this. This is not exaggeration that set me down. And so that's when I learned that I needed to delegate, and that's when we started bringing on the team that we have. Bringing in Banshee, starting to prep OJ to eventually take over. Eventually bringing on Alyssa, bringing on Lynn Tile and G, getting Smaz, who's not here, along with as part of the safety team, getting some of the other leaders like Meat Shield and Joey involved, getting Damien involved on the sponsors. Make sure Cooley, Adrian, all those guys are doing their thing and taking care of it. And so we've grown it over the years and gotten to the point where we're at now. And I'll be honest with you, back that day, I never saw it get into this. Never did. Thought maybe it would be 200-300 people. And growing it to the level that we've grown it, and still seeing it to a point where we've had to actually talk and say, hey, do we want to go bigger or do we want to cap it at a certain size? And having to make that decision as a board. And it's been phenomenal to watch it grow into what it is now. It's been an honor. It really has been an honor to pause in the running this con, in the seat on the showrunner's chair. Wow. It really has been an honor pausing in the seat runner's chair. And now it's a great honor to me to be able to pass this on to someone that I know is going to be the guardian of this conference for the next several years and beyond. So I'm going to end this talk with one last thing. I want to quote the 10th Doctor. Well, paraphrase him. I love you all. I don't want to go.
Whoa, a new CEO. Ooh, got a new body and everything. Oh, I have hair this time. Oh my gosh, and teeth. I'm missing one. Wait. Uh-oh. Well, that's a bit of a disappointment, but okay. We can work with that. Biohacking can help me. And new screwdriver. Ooh. By the way, does anybody know how to fly this thing? So basically the only thing is to say that, want to do it again next year? Yeah! All right. Well, we do have a next year. We do have a Circle City Con 7. It's going to happen June. Get your calendars out. June 12th through the 14th. And let's just say there's been some things on the back end this year that have kind of blown up, but for next year's theme, we don't know what it is.
I just hope we make it to next year.
I know, right?
The way things are going, I mean, it's almost like we're in some sort of doomsday scenario.
I know. Tell you what, though, we'll give you a sneak peek at the theme come August. So stay tuned for August. We're going to release a theme for you. It's going to be great. That is if we survive it. So come back. There is an Eventbrite for the Super Early Bird Special. I already saw a couple people buy tickets. I think there's 100 of them. They're $75. So much better than the $175 you pay if you buy May throughout. So anyway, we've spent way too much time on this, but it was wonderful. Let's give everyone a round of applause. You a round of applause. You're what makes this con happen. And you watching at home. And let's go ahead and come back and see you next year. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here, folks.
No, clean up. We need help.
And if you want to help clean up, we got some challenge coins for you.